Yes, I'm Peter Norman, head teacher of Wadson Church of England School in Bucks. I've worked with Blind Vision now, I suppose, for about 8 or 9 years. Blind Vision provides a service to schools in order to support schools in raising achievement and in inspiring young people to engage with the learning and to try as hard as they can to achieve and to believe in themselves. So Steve provides that service and we buy into it because we think that it pays dividends for us as a school as a whole in terms of our young people's achievement levels and their consciousness of who they are and what they can achieve.
For Steve, he mentioned that the start of his life was when he lost his sight, and for us that really meant something because it meant even though that there was something really terrible going on, he still had the willpower to just carry on and achieve what he wanted to.
Yeah, I think just his positivity was really inspirational, and when he said about driving the plane, that kind of shocked me and it really gave me a drive.
At the time we were sort of revising for exams and a lot of us were really worried. It was our first year into sixth form, but hearing Steve's speech it really motivated us to do our best because we knew that we could achieve anything.
Blind Vision brings a great deal to our school, in particular to the pupils. It brings a level of inspiration which is difficult for the rest of the adults in the school to give, because none of us has been through the challenging circumstances and overcome the challenges that Steve has. So what Steve adds is a new perspective on life. He adds to what we are providing in the classroom, in English and maths and science and so on, something about the human spirit, something about what our young people can achieve given sufficient motivation, hard work and inspiration, support and challenge. For the staff, the adults who work here, Steve provides again another kind of role model, somebody who actually says don't give up. Whatever your challenge is throughout your life, whether you're a child or an adult, you know, you can achieve it. Look at what I've done. And you know, I'm not Superman, I'm an ordinary person. And yet, if I've achieved those things, then you can too. So I'm able to say to staff here, look at Steve as a role model. You know, never stop learning. Never stop developing your skills. Never give up, and don't set the bar for yourself or your students too low. Always aspire to the next step, and Steve can show us that.
But the story of my life is about you and what you can do with your life. So just try and imagine when I'm telling you about things that have happened in my life, how you would cope with them if they happened in your life. Because the only thing that really stops you doing anything in your life is you. And that should not be the case with the parents that you've got and the fantastic school that you've got here. Can I ask you all to stand up for a moment? And can you close your eyes and try and imagine what it is I'm going to share with you over the next 30 seconds? Can you imagine what it must be like to be in a V10 Dodge Viper, which is like a racing car reaching speeds of nearly 200 miles an hour and not be able to see? Can you imagine what it must be like to be on the English Channel in a powerboat, reaching land speeds of 225 miles an hour and not be able to see? Fly an aeroplane around the United Kingdom on some speaking software, captain your country at European and World Football Championships, play up a handicap of golf for 14, and be the proudest father in the world of his two adorable daughters, Megan and Katie, who I've never seen and I never will see. Well, these are things that have happened in my life since I went blind. And if you sit down and open your eyes, I'll explain to you how I did it.
Well, I'm John Bohr. I'm the headmaster of the Dragon School in Oxford, which is a prep school. Well, from what we've just heard this evening, just an enormous amount of inspiration really to start with. Steve was absolutely wonderful. Start of a school year, lots of new things to think about, lots of challenges ahead for the children, and to hear him speak was just hugely inspirational for them. So that's what he's brought. What Blind Vision can bring in the future, we'll work very closely with Steve and see what we can do.
I suppose in the long term, I plan on doing more things, definitely. I think I can achieve more, I can go to university, and I can get the grades that I want to do what I want to do in the rest of my life.
Get Steve in, get him in, and get him to talk to the school. What I would love to do, and I'll talk to Steve about it, is get him in for longer than just a talk. Come and work with the children for half a day. It's the education side of it that I'd love to get involved in.
Yeah, I'd say go for it. Really, nowadays schools are under so much pressure to achieve in so many ways, and schools and education as a whole are in danger of becoming almost like exam factories, where the fun, the life, the inspiration, the humanity in some schools is in danger of disappearing as a result of league tables and targets and budget cuts and all the rest. I would say go for something new. Go for somebody like Steve, who will remind you as a school what your purpose is. We're in the business of inspiring young people, of working with young people and enabling young people to realize their dreams, to become the people that they've been created to become, and to look beyond the mundanities of the exam-created world and the national curriculum and targets and budgets and all of that side of school life into inspiring young minds and hearts to achieve. That's brilliant. If you do it, then you won't be sorry.
I would recommend Blind Vision to every single school in the country. Come and get Steve in and listen to him.